Welcome to another fantastic result for Manchester United. Let me know if you can hear me. I'll test if everything's working. Apologies if it isn't working. Let me test it out. Leave a like, comment, subscribe while you're over here. I try and do match reactions for every Man United match. If you can hear me. Welcome to another fantastic result for Manchester United. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, it seems to be my video is just about working. Let me know if it's alright for you. I'm just going to set it up. Thank you for whoever's watching. You're top man. First win at Man United in 14 years. 14 years it took for Arsenal to beat us. Our own bloody building. I don't know what to say, guys. I know it's a big game. I know it's going to be a hard game, and we knew it was going to be a hard game going into it. But this was the chance to... It's the hope that kills you, isn't it? Even if it's a bit of hope. Beat Newcastle. Okay, fine. Only one when the subs came on. We'll take it. PSG. RB Leipzig in the Champions League. With another two great results in Champions League. But just like with Mourinho when he won against Juventus and got good results there, comes back to Premier League, and Premier League at club just bottle it. A club just bottle it. And sorry if I'm lagging as well. This is a chance for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to show he can be consistent in a must-win game, because we are 15th. I know we got a game in hand, but we are now 15th still. But this was a chance to go to 10th, or go to past the 10th, past the obviously the lowest half of the table. Set a good precedent. Show that we're still here, we're still fighting, and we're trying to step up. Not just in the Champions League, but in the Premier League. Show that we can move away from the inconsistency that's plagued us for 7 years, but it's just not happening. It's not going to happen under these players, under these manager, whether you think so. But I think it's mostly the board who's the fault, who's the real culprits. But that's over the whole picture. Let's talk about this specific game, because I don't want to talk about the Glazers. I've already talked enough about them. First half, it was only until second half penalty it took for them to score. But that first half, they were dominating us. On and off the ball, really, to be honest. They were playing us with cool, smooth passing. They were sharp. Whereas our teamwork, our passing range, we weren't getting a string of good passes together. When we got the ball. But it was Arsenal who mostly had the ball in our first half. The midfield were fantastic. For Arsenal. Thomas Partey, El Nene, even who seems to be good. Even though he's not the best player in the world, they're getting the best out of him. Arteta's getting the best out of all his players. Are we still streaming? I think we're still streaming. Getting the best of our players. Excuse me for that. He's still getting the best of his players, Arteta. Is Ole getting the best of his players? Well, before the game started, I thought he was. Formation 4-1-2-1-2. That was the formation we wanted. That was the formation most of us wanted. It worked against RB Leipzig. Even though, in my personal view, don't think it's not the best formation, because that's not what the manager wants to do with the squad over a long term. And we're getting to a stage where we're getting long term with Ole now. Ole wanted a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 system. You could tell that's what he wanted. You could tell that was the formation he set out into his mind. However, because we didn't get Sancho, because we didn't get the players he wanted, we saw this 4-1-2-1-2 formation pop up again, and it worked against RB Leipzig brilliantly. 5-0. It worked out brilliantly. So we decided people were asking, this is the best formation for some of the players we got, because we haven't got any wingers. Goldbridge has said it, all other pundits have said it, everyone else said it. It doesn't take a rocket science to work it out. However, the problem is Solskjaer's not used to this formation. Okay, we won against RB Leipzig, it worked out there, one-off game, which Ole can do one-off, fantastic tactical show, and also getting the players to really rile themselves up and really be like, yes, let's go for it, even when the back's against us, especially when the back's against us. But when you do go for it again, there's a risk that the manager is inexperienced, especially inexperienced one like Solskjaer. You have to back him, you have to give him the players he wants, otherwise you're going to have to force him to adapt to a new formation that he didn't want to go for. And the more inexperienced the manager is, the less likely that's going to work long term. And we're already seeing that. I know it's not long term yet, it's only been 2 games with this formation, but hopefully we do learn from it. I want to be optimistic, I want to be Ole, and I want to be Man United are going back up into a good long term vision, but we're not. We're really not. The evidence shows we're not, and everyone else who's not a Man United fan will say the same thing if they're not biased. Let me know who your man of the match was, because I didn't watch then. To be honest guys, I watched 80 minutes, and in the last 10 minutes I just switched off because I had to do something, but also because I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch 10 minutes of us trying to equalise. Even if we do equalise, it's still a loss. A draw is basically a loss because of how bad we started at the start of the season, and once again another bad Old Trafford result. We can't use no fans as an excuse. No, embarrassing. Our stadium used to be a fortress, even with Mourinho with his defensive displays, and now it's just a joke. Now people come to Old Trafford to try and get a result, and they know, let's be that guy who can beat Man United. Happens every time, but we come up to a big stadium and this is our time to shine. Used to be scared of us, but how can anyone be scared of us? We're inconsistent FC. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't yet. It really helps me out. I've just released a new career mod video as well, so check that out. Wolverhampton episode 5. That's a brilliant episode actually. I had a lot of fun doing that. Not a lot of fun watching this though. Not a lot of fun watching this. Yeah, they were just playing us off the park. 4-1-2-1-2. The problem with it today was, specifically, not obviously we can't know what's going on in the training ground, but our midfield wasn't winning the ball back nearly as much as they could have done. Fred and McTominay, I guess the thinking from Ole was, they could do what they did against PSG. However, it worked against PSG because it was specific opposition we were accounting for, hard working against Mbappe, against the likes of, even though it's in the midfield, they're still going against the attackers in Mbappe and Neymar, so they have to have someone who does the dirty work, as well as overshadow Herrera and Idrissa Gueye. Here, we've got a different kettle of fish here. Matic is not even starting the game. I don't know why Matic is not starting the game. I have no idea why. Is he injured or something? Because he came on from the bench, so I'm assuming he was fit to start. Maybe because he's getting tired because he's getting older. Again, if that's the case, then we should be getting the new CDM then. Because playing Fred at CDM with McTominay up the pitch a bit, I didn't mind that. Goldbridge didn't like it, and he said he was justified, especially with the result that happened. It wasn't just them, it was Pogba not doing much as well. Bruno was doing stuff as well with long balls, but it didn't work. We didn't get our balls to the attack us good enough. Our balls weren't going forward to the attack nearly as much as they could have done. Rashford was sharp, he looked sharp, Bruno looked a bit sharp, maybe a little bit off the pace a bit. But they weren't getting the ball as much. They weren't controlling the game as much because you didn't get the ball because Thomas Partey kept on bloody winning the ball. He's a great CDM, but we've got 4 midfielders there as a diamond. Is that even a diamond? I don't even know. As the game went on, I don't even know. We lack of ideas, lack of imagination, really. Also, were pressing us from the front as well as winning the ball back a lot in the midfield area. And even when we do pass and get out of their press, we never get out of their press really. We're just passing it sideways throughout the whole game. Throughout the whole game. Excuse me. So it was a. It's not necessarily that we're making mistakes. It was just us, just not playing with any sort of energy, any sort of desire, any sort of plan. Or maybe the plan just wasn't working. Maybe the plan wasn't as good as Arsenal's plan, and that goes to Ole. Maybe playing McTominay as a CDM doesn't. Was it? No, McTominay was playing as a box to box. However, maybe McTominay needs time to adjust to a 4-1-2 formation. But we have Van de Beek on the bench. I know he's a bit more attack minded, but he can play CDM sometimes, so he can play that box to box role. Or maybe even Fred can play that box to box role and give McTominay a CDM role, just to give him something more simpler to do. Okay, he might not be as good as Matic, but we've got Fred to back him up as well, like Fred backed up Matic before, who was playing good as a box to box. So why is he not playing as a box to box right centre midfield today? Why are we changing it up? Why are we just? Yeah, maybe that wasn't the right decision. I could see why he did it. Or they playing McTominay box to box, because I feel like McTominay can play box to box, but we haven't seen the level of high performance from McTominay to justify that. You know what I mean? Like, looking back now with hindsight, McTominay's a bench player, really, to be honest. Fred's more of a first teamer. Arsenal 9th. If we win, we're on the same point as Crystal Palace. We're Crystal Palace, and this season is looking like a classic managerial appointment. It's going to happen very soon. Pochettino's going to be on TV on Monday. He's doing punditry, just like when Mourinho did punditry before he got his Tottenham job. But now he's going to go to Man United. Pochettino is going to go the other way now. To us, probably, because it happens. This is the cycle of the Glazers. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I'm not going to repeat myself there. Let's move on to the second half. Second half, we have to buck up our ideas. We have to buck up our ideas. The weakness in our obviously formations 4-1-2-2, and that was being used as well. It wasn't even just pressing. It wasn't even just the midfield. It was also the obvious weakness that was. That kept on crossing it, because there was so much space to double up on our fullbacks. Constant crossing it in, and that was always going to lead to trouble. And to be fair, we were doing well. Maguire was handling it a lot in the first half, even though on the other end he can't seem to score headers. Unlucky, at least he got a chance. He was one of the main chances in the game. I don't know about the last 10 minutes, to be honest. I don't really care, because even if we had like 5 chances, it was still waiting till the end to do chances again, which we always do. We always leave it too late. Talking about the first 8 minutes, let me know what happened in the last 10 minutes if I missed anything amazing. But yeah, just kept on crossing in, but strangely enough, it wasn't about crossing in that really did the damage. We had to find a way to just cover for that mistake, but also set our own dominance into the game, which I thought we were going to do with the formation, sticking to 4-1-2-2, but the formation just dissolved into nothingness because we were doing nothing with the ball. Second half, we have to step up. It's 0-0. Arsenal are going to be disappointed they didn't score. Saka could have scored a good header if he got it more on target. I think Aubameyang maybe nearly got a touch in the far post after a good cross by Bellerin, I think it was. So we've been given a lifeline. Let's make use of this lifeline. Second half, play much better than you should be, and actually get the win that we need. And the win we can get with the players we've got on the pitch. There's no excuses that we're not good enough. We have to defend, like against Chelsea. There's not good enough now. Even in the Chelsea game, we were playing Daniel James and Mata when we didn't need to. It wasn't the personnel today. It was just action of the personnel. Ole was right in that sense, but why is that happening? Ole was right in his post-match interview for that sense, but why is this lack of action happening with the players on the pitch? It has to be coaching to some extent, and also the motivation of the players at the same time. It has to be a mix. Second half, we continue to flounder. We step up a little bit, I think, to be fair. It's only natural that we have to step up, otherwise it looks even worse. It's human nature, but then eventually Arsenal are still in the game. It's not like we're dominating like in RB Leipzig, where we kept on going and kept on pressing them. And kept on, not pressing them in terms of attacking pressure. And then Aubameyang gets a bloody penalty. 69th minute. Aubameyang hasn't scored in his past 5 games, and he barely scores against Man United and Big 6 clubs. Until us. Well, really, are we a Big 6 club anymore? I don't know really. We kind of fluctuate between Champions League and Europa League. Aubameyang ended a run of 5 games here, I've highlighted, without a goal, scoring with his first shot on target in this past 3 games in the competition. Yes, obviously I was saying inshallah De Gea please saves it, but it's not going to happen, is it? Aubameyang's a great penalty taker. We saw him in the FA Cup final, so he's always going to bury that silly decision by Pogba to go in there. I think that's another penalty. He's done it before, but he's only done it once before. But Pogba, what are you playing at? Unnecessary foul. It wasn't even a proper diving tackle last minute. God, it was just it wasn't even that this result was like hugely like loads of mistakes. It just felt like it was just my soul was being dripped away slowly. It's crazy. It's actually mental. Tottenham are drawing with Brighton, I guess, which is good. I guess, but they're probably going to win their game anyway. They're going to find a way to score at the last minute. And all our rivals go ahead of us, and not just our rivals, Southampton, Everton, new games, new adversaries in the league, new teams that are stepping up with better performances out of nowhere. Whereas Man United, where we expected to kick on, never kick on. It's a joke, man, absolute joke. Gave Arsenal their first Premier League away win over Man United since 2006, and it looked comfortable. It didn't look like Arsenal, I need to hang on here. Arsenal are going to get their first game away win over Man United. Calm, as expected, because as expected in the game, obviously before the game we're like, yes, we're going to rise again, and then in the game you're like back to entered the run of 5 games without a goal by sending David De Gea. 70th minute. We got 20 minutes to go back. We tried to rally but came closer to an equaliser when Donny van de Beek's cross shot flicked off Mohamed Elneny and then into the face of goalkeeper Bernd Leno. Oh, welcome to the stream. So I didn't even notice. I was too busy reading. I'm so concentrated. Thank you for watching. Let me know if I'm lagging a bit, but I shouldn't be. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new. Click the bell so you don't miss a stream after the Man United result. I'm not depressed. I'm always giving you enthusiasm about football. I need you guys to talk to me because, God, you need to give me something to talk about, man. Because I just can't be asked to talk about negativity after positivity, after negativity, positivity. Jake says, taste of your own medicine, losing to a pen. Yeah, I guess. But all the penalties are justified. But at the same time, it was good for the past couple of weeks that we were actually scoring without penalties. But yeah, it just is. It is what it is, isn't it? They deserve to win, Arsenal. They deserve to win. To be honest, mate. So yeah, it wasn't even about that. It was just Arsenal deserved to win, and it was just devoid of anything. And yeah, I didn't watch the last 10 minutes of the game, but here it says United tried to came close with Donny van de Beek cross shot again. And then it wasn't even a proper shot. It just went deflection probably before bouncing safely off a post. Again, showing Donny van de Beek, why is he not starting? Coming in earlier. He's giving him 16 minutes to bloody do something. Why are you doing this, Ole? Even if you're going to play him as a sub, which people are getting pissed off about, which it's early days, so I don't think they should be getting pissed off too much about that. At least bloody give him a chance at bloody 40 minutes at least. At least give him 40 minutes. Or 30 minutes. Give him half an hour, because McTominay's not doing anything, is he? Fred's shown us more evidence to bloody trust him for a bit longer. You know what I mean? Villa need to fix up. But the thing is, mate, Villa are good. Villa are getting results. You got 12 points from 6. We've got 7 points from 6, mate. You need to fix up. You just lost to a great Southampton side who've got a good coach that makes them great. You know what I mean? Who actually drilled properly. Who actually have a vision a little bit of vision. I know it's a bit of luck because this season's looking crazy. Aston Villa are looking good. And when Jake, you're saying Villa need to fix up. You lost 4-3, okay. Maybe the performance wasn't good enough, but you still were close to winning. And also, when you're saying you need to fix up on your 7th place, and we're just stuck in floundering 15th, hoping that we win a game in hand, so we have a bit of a sniffling chance that we still have a top 4 chance after 10 games to go or so. We'll see after 3 games. Obviously, I'm not saying Villa and Southampton will stay up there, but they never know. They probably will. They have more chance right now than us. It's just that's what the annoying thing is. Why is Donny van de Beek not playing ahead of McTominay, especially when McTominay is not giving anything? He's not doing anything. He played good in the last Arsenal game last year. Maybe that's why he started him. Why is Matic not starting? If he's good enough to play on the bench, he's good enough to start for like 60 minutes, then sub him off if he's getting tired in the game. Because we needed Matic, but it wasn't just the midfield. It was just everything. It was just the defense was good. It was just the attack and midfield weren't working in tandem. We weren't doing. There was no patterns of play. There was nothing. We have one of our best starts in years, but they shouldn't have scored 4 in the first half. Okay, that explains it. That explains it. To be fair, but to be honest, at least you came back. To be fair, 4-3. I need to watch that game. I need to watch the highlights. So that was crazy. You're not going to want to watch the highlights of this unless you're an Arsenal fan who wants to watch missed opportunities until they made it right with a penalty. Fair play. But it's only good if you actually get into the areas. At least they actually got into the areas, even though they were missing chances a lot. Arsenal. We never barely got on the chances, maybe until the last 10 minutes. I didn't watch it. It was not the greatest content, yeah, exactly. So Arsenal weren't the best. That's the scary thing. They were second gear, but they still played much better than us. That's the scary thing. You used to fight it out for the biggest prizes, but now a pale imitation of their former selves. It's a bit harsh on Arsenal. They're trying to get back up though. This was not the kind of United performance that did justice to the memory of club legend Nobby Stiles, who died on Friday. Rest in peace, Nobby Stiles. And yeah, it doesn't do justice to him. It doesn't do or Bobby Charlton. Hopefully he gets better as well. Hopefully he stays safe. We have or 3 even. Yeah. Obviously I don't want to bring like illnesses of older players into it and stuff like that, because obviously the players are not playing crap just because I don't care about this old player. It's like none of these players are going to be remembered. Pogba is the most high profile figure in United midfield. Pogba didn't do much. Maybe in the last 10 minutes he did. But this game wasn't suited to the attackers. The game was suited to be lucky. We went. This is one of the it was just such a crap performance. It was just such a crap. We were just passing it around the back. We were just sideways passing. Pogba, you can't blame all on Pogba, but obviously the pressure will go on him because something's got to give. Interesting that nobody's going on to Bruno Fernandes, I guess, but I guess Pogba did concede the penalty. I just remembered again. That's probably why. Burnley are going to win the league. Well, they have more chance than us, mate. Oh wait, they're not. They have bottom of the league, but you know we're close to bottom of the league. We're bloody close to relegation if we don't win our game in hand. God, absolutely ridiculous. Thank you for the likes, guys. I appreciate it. Keep on talking, man, because otherwise it's just gonna be me talking to myself about crap. It just affects your head. This stuff affects your mind more. And maybe the players are just in their head, just can't do anything. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, inexperienced manager, hasn't got used to the 4-1-2 formation, hasn't got used to where McTominay should be playing, how Fred should be playing, and we get exposed a little bit. We get exposed. The fact that they've waited this long for a win shows how far we've fallen. That we're allowing Arsenal to do this. We didn't give them the win, we just didn't turn up. Pogba's the main reason you lost. Yeah, Jay, I don't think it wasn't the main reason we lost. It wasn't the main reason we lost. Even if we drew, it's a loss anyway to me, Jake. You know what I mean? Because we need to get 3 points because we've bottled it against Crystal Palace, bottled it against William Bottle, but played crap against Tottenham. So it's like Pogba was probably the reason technically that we lost. But if it was a draw and Arsenal missed their chances and unlucky they didn't score, I still would be saying the same thing now. I just wouldn't be as depressed. It would be like 5% less depressed. Villa's next game is Arsenal, who I want us to beat the most. Arsenal. It'll be a hard game for Villa, but Villa will you guys will probably play better than us. You'll put in more of a fight. You'll be putting more of a plan for a starter. Or if not, even if you don't start well, you should actually try and actually fix up in the second half. Let's say if you play bad in the first half, we didn't. I'm just comparing Man United to Aston Villa, but it's just look at the table. Look at the table. We've got a chance. This season's a bit crazy. It's starting to take shape a little bit with Liverpool and Everton and Chelsea, Tottenham going back up a bit, and Arsenal obviously. But Southampton, Wolves, Man City's dropped points. Man City's got 11 points from 6 and we've got 7. 3 points could have got us nearly ahead with Man City, catching up. This is a chance this season, from the start of this season, from the craziness of this season, to actually turn up and have some take the title out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Not take the title, even the title race or top 4. This is anybody's game, especially with the coronavirus and the lack of pre-season for many clubs. That clearly affected us, but clearly that wasn't... in my head I was like, pre-season was the reason we were crap. Now Ole can fully implement his plans. Probably not. But yeah, nevertheless, this was a chance for us to capitalise on other people making mistakes now, especially in this weird kind of new season start we've got. But we don't capitalise on anything, do we, on this club anymore? We do not capitalise on anything. The last thing we've ever capitalised on, ever, the only things we capitalise on for the past 7 years is getting Champions League football and then doing nothing. That's literally the only thing. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't yet. I appreciate everyone watching. 5 people. Keep on talking. Who's your man of the match? My man of the match was... I don't know. Marcus Rashford, because he bloody saves kids. That's why. And he didn't look too bad either. If he got the ball, he would have bloody done something. You know what I mean? He didn't get the ball. He barely got anything with the ball. But he was making the runs. Greenwood was struggling, but he's a young player. He needs support, and there was no support to give. Are Man United ready for Everton, says Jake. Where's Everton in the league? Second, 13 points. Oh, we've got Everton next. Oh God, we've got Everton next. I was like, why would you ask me that question? Yes, you probably are versing Everton next. We are not ready. We're not ready to be a big club, Jake. It doesn't matter if we win Everton. If we beat Everton, oh great. But long term, it's not going to do anything, is it? This is just Ole fighting to stay with his job. I'm not saying Ole's best manager in the world. He's probably not. But it doesn't matter who the manager is. They're going to go away anyway. They're going to go away. They're going to leave after qualifying for Champions League and not getting the players you want, whether they're good enough or not. Mourinho's highest finished is second place, and he was right to say second place. And even if Pochettino does come in, the highest will be Tottenham all over again. The difference is he'll probably get second earlier, and everyone will get gas like Mourinho. But then, hope for another good transfer window? No. Yeah, we've got Everton next, but we've got Istanbul. Luckily, Champions League, we always seem to fluke it. Ole's good with Champions League games. Maybe Ole's European experience came in handy for management in the Champions League. Maybe a bit less so for the Premier League. But it's not just all Ole's fault. And maybe beating Everton will be a big statement in the Premier League, but... You know what I mean? Like, we'll probably draw to West Brom after, you know what I mean? That's the kind of club we're dealing with here. Especially after every time we qualify for Champions League, just assume we're done for. Just assume we're not going to kick on, even when people think we are. If you somehow lose to West Bromwich Albion, then Ole has to go. Ole's going to go before Christmas, mate. This result confirmed. This result was a turning point. It could have been if we beat Arsenal and learned from our mistakes from Chelsea, and carried on the good performances from RB Leipzig and Newcastle and PSG. Then I could have been like, Ole's the man. Ole, even though he's struggling, even though no manager can win the Premier League, maybe with this leadership, Ole's a different kind of kettle of fish. He gets the club a bit more than the other managers did. But no one can save this sinking ship. This infinitely sinking ship. It always feels like it's a sinking ship, but it's been happening for years. It's been happening for years. Yeah. Newcastle, to be fair, beat Everton. Newcastle beat Everton, so that gives us some hope. But at the same time, Everton will be fighting back to try and get a result next time. And like I said, what did I say? Tottenham will get a result just about, even if they don't deserve it. The classic Mourinho fashion. What did I say? 2-1, and now it's happening, as you can see on my screen. Sorry if I'm lagging a bit. But hopefully you can hear me. It's all about my voice. For Top Man analysis, if you've missed any analysis, just rewind right now if you want to listen to it, or wait till it's all uploaded after. Because once this stream ends, the video will still be up for you to watch. And watch some good opinionated ranting about Man United, but also good football analysis if you think it is good. Let me know. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. It's been a good stream. I thank you guys, and I've managed to fix the stream a little bit, so I managed to I can actually have good frame rates on this laptop. Hopefully I get a new computer coming soon. or my computer. I take my computer from my proper house into this accommodation so I can get the streams better looking. And yeah, if you're watching this back, you're a top man. If you're watching this live, you're even more of a top man. If you've commented, thank you for all the comments, especially you, Jake. Really helps me out, and it creates a good conversation. We can carry on the conversation with the comment section once this live video is uploaded. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time for the Istanbul game in the Champions League. I might not make a stream for that. When is that Istanbul game? Because to be fair, it's a non-game really. We should be qualifying from the group anyway. Even if we draw, it's still like a decent result. You know what I mean? It's all about the Premier League, and the Premier League is always the bread and butter of it all. Always the bread and butter of it all. Even if we beat PSG twice, even if we beat Juventus once with Mourinho, Premier League has been our bread and butter in terms of the priority, where the priority shows, and what the Premier League always shows who's the best teams in England, who are the better teams in the world. Cup games, league games, Champions League, they can always show a one-off game, a one-off result. But Premier League, a league campaign is always about consistency over a long time and who can be as good consistently. And Man United will never win a league because of that lack of consistency. Under the Glazers, under the wrong decisions sometimes, under the wrong formations managers can't use because they don't have the means to do it, and they don't, maybe the inexperience to do it to an extent as well. Maybe they have mistakes in them, but the whole point of a board is to give them money to help them out a bit and give them time. But there's no time, especially with a club as this big, Man United, and especially with such a good manager like Pochettino waiting in the wings. So yeah, expect him to come. Even though I love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I still feel like when things were good with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, they were the best of times after Sir Alex Ferguson left, since Alex Ferguson left. So yeah, I'll catch you guys on Wednesday probably for the Istanbul game. If not, definitely Everton against Man United. That's a massive game. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe if you're new, leave a bell so you don't miss an upload. Check out my career mode episode I've just released today, and if you should catch up on it if you've missed some episodes. It's a doozy. And yeah, I'm not afraid for constructive criticism. If you want to leave me some of that as well, I'm all here for it. See you guys next time. Goodbye. See, this is the bit where I wait for the stream to end because you guys are catching up. And if you're watching this, you're watching some secret Top Man content. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time if you can hear me. I'm going to end the stream now. Cheers, guys.